Hi everyone and welcome to another video. I have missed you all and I have missed crafting. Let's get straight into it with some autumn projects. So for the first project we're going to be making a centerpiece, and I'm starting off with a slice of wood. You're also going to need a candle. If you've got one that's orange or green, that will be even better. Unfortunately I've just got to do with the white one. And as you can see, we're going to be using a lot of autumnal pieces. We've got some pumpkins, lots of different types, and some berries, artificial leaves. I also have these, which were from a wreath, and it's supposed to be this way, but I way prefer this way, so that's what I'm going to be using. And I've got some pine cones and these faux acorns. You can just pick real ones up. So of course we're starting with the candle in the centre, and then I'm going to take these two pumpkins. This is a plush one and this is a knitted one, and I'm just going to remove the clip that it comes with. And I had to play off camera testing all of the different pumpkins. I felt like this one went the best, so I'm going to place that next to it. You can add hot glue to attach these. I love these because they actually look like pumpkins. I'm going to place that one right here. And I always say when I'm doing an arrangement, the key is to fill it up. You don't want any empty gaps. So we're going to take these artificial leaves and place them just at the back all around here. I feel like there's a lot of autumn lovers and summer, but I really like spring. Let me know your favourite season in the comments. So as you can see, I'm even just overlaying the leaves to get rid of the gaps. Next we'll take these pine cones. As you can see, I've used it in a previous project with the acorn attached, and I'm going to add that here. I'm also going to take this dried wheat, place it through the pumpkin here. Here's the brown leaves with the berries. That should go underneath. And you can see now how it's really just starting to take form. We're also going to add some berries in. We've got some orange ones. I have some smaller ones here. We'll see if I'm going to add those. I think this will look good here. And I've never added apples to an autumn project, so I'm excited to finally do that. These come as 3 Wires, but I'm just going to gently remove it. This was a Christmas ornament. I'm going to remove the ribbon, and I think I'm going to add that here. It just takes up a good amount of space, and it also goes really nicely with all of these colours. You actually have to play around quite a lot, so off camera with each single piece I have to see what looks right and what fits where. So this is going to look very quick, but honestly it does take a lot longer. I've got these gold spray painted berries. I think that looks really lovely there. I don't think you have to work that much on the back, so it's more this whole area that's the focus, and that's what your eye will really see. So I'm going to add this with hot glue. I did have to glue everything in the end because they were just moving around too much. So remember I mentioned about the gaps? I had quite a few here, so I'm adding these berries. I had a gap here, so I added a little miniature pumpkin, and also there I added an acorn. I'm taking some conkers and I'm placing them at the back. I'm using some red ones, yellow ones, orange ones, and the multicoloured smaller ones. These are in a pack, but I'm just going to take one. And then you can remove the wire, but I'm actually finding them useful this time, so I'm just bending them in half, just to fit in. I'm a bit of a perfectionist, I have to admit, so it took a very long time. So I showed you here I filled it up with berries and it just looked like too many berries. So I was playing around with so many different things, trying out even potpourri pieces, which is always good for an autumn piece. But in the end I found this and I thought I'll snip a little bit, and I added it there, and I think that is the finishing touch. So what do you all think of the final project? I'm really happy with it and I think it looks really high-end. I am wondering how much this would cost if I was to buy it in a store. That's the good thing about being a crafter. You can make whatever you like and on a budget, usually much cheaper than what you can find in store. If you're enjoying today's video so far, please hit that thumbs up and subscribe. If you're new, please drop a comment and say hi. Today's video is also part of a friendly collaboration. We do this every month and we have a fun playlist with so much more ideas for you to enjoy. It's going to be pinned in my comments and it's in my description box. Please check it out once you're done watching my video. For my next project, I have this candle holder that I thrifted, and I felt like it's going to be perfect as a pumpkin upside down. Now I can leave this colour because it is an autumn colour already, but I feel like it's a little bit too dark for my liking, so I am going to paint it. I also want it textured, so I am going to be adding bicarbonate of soda to the paint too. You can see now it's really thick. I love the texture that this gives it. And I've got a big sponge brush. This is too big to fit in, so I'm going to just scoop it out. I'm adding it to the glass first, and then I will use a sponge paintbrush. The sponge brush also gives a texture, but I chose this so that the paint can get into the grooves a lot better. Now it's all dry, I'm going to add a stick just at the top, and a little extra detail with this piece here. I'm going to open it up. Nice little spring. This is from an arrangement that I've taken apart, only 2 berries remain. I only need this part here, so I'm going to cut it off the wire and attach it to the top with a stalk. So I have my stick in the middle and my spring. Now I want to add one more thing, just some ideas here. You can add a tassel. I also have some metal leaf embellishments that might look nice on there. Oh, that certainly does. I think that one might be the one. We have another leaf there. That one looks a little small. Let's try the wooden embellishments this time. I think this leaf here might do the trick. It will be between this and the metal one, I think. There you go. That's beautiful, isn't it? There's a few other leaves as well, but for some reason I think this one looks the best. Now I'll just compare between the metal one, oh this was it, and that one there. What do you all think? Metal, decisions, or the wooden one? I think the wooden one might be better. For those that are thinking the metal, you're probably screaming at me right now. I just feel like it's a little lost, like you can't see it as well as this one here. And of course you can paint these, but I always prefer to leave them plain. You know, even small details. I've been sat here probably like 10 minutes thinking, should it go flat? Should it go at an angle? Should it go on this way? I think I've decided finally it will be at an angle and this way. I can keep it plain, but I thought I will go and just sand a little bit. So I'm doing 1 and then missing 2, sanding, missing 2 and sanding. I'm going to keep doing that just to add a little bit of something to it. I'm not taking off too much. I really like how this one came out too. No one would ever know that this was an ugly thrifted candle holder. It's now a pumpkin. I also added the candle holder and a bow. I think that finished it off perfectly, and in fact this was my husband's favourite. Now for the next one I'm going to be taking this miniature lantern. I really love it and it's in bronze, so it's perfect for autumn colours. I'm going to start by placing pine cones inside, and I've got different shades and different sizes. And we're just going to fill it up. I'm also going to add some fairy lights into the lantern, and again this is in the bronze colour. Now I'm done, I'm going to close the door, and you've got access to the lights from the back here. Let's turn it on. Isn't that beautiful already? If you want your fairy lights to be more discreet, you can just pop it right under there, add a touch of hot glue if you want. Now you can leave off here, but I am going to add to it. I've got these full stickers All of the designs are on the back, and I'm just going to choose which ones I want and place them on the glass doors. So I've just had a play around to see which sticker I want, especially on the main door, as you can see that the most. So I think I will go with this one, and it fits nicely. The pumpkin ones didn't quite fit. And even without the fairy lights on, it looks quite nice. So I just finished off with a wooden embellishment right on the top of the lantern. I always love crafting with nature, just to show you all that you don't need to spend much. Honestly, just go out to your garden or to a park and collect what you can and use it for autumn decor. I've got this from a thrift store and I thought it really suits autumn. So I'm not going to do much with this. I don't want to repaint it or anything like that. I'm just going to add this bow to the front with a touch of hot glue like usual. And then I'm going to take apart this wreath that I got in a sale. I really think this would suit being inside. It's tied using these zip liners, so I'm just going to take my scissors and cut those off. I'm making sure that the shorter pieces face the front and the longer pieces are towards the back. I have another bunch. Trying to be very careful just to cut through the zip wire. And I think I'm going to take some wheat to add to this arrangement, and we'll place them throughout here in the middle. I have a mixture of styles, and so I do like vintage every now and then. So sometimes when I go to thrift stores, I don't really like to give it a makeover per se, but I think this has come out pretty cute. But what about you? Would you have painted this or left it as is? Well, that's all of today's projects. Let me know what you think of them. Which one is your favourite? I really hope that you have been inspired by it all. Don't forget to subscribe and check out that playlist that I mentioned earlier. Take care. Thanks for watching. Bye.